Okay, today's video I'm going to take you to a flea market that my wife and I recently went to, where I got that really nice Kennedy toolbox, which you see there. That's right, another Kennedy toolbox, but slightly different than my other ones, which I'll show you. As well as these really nice tools down here, some really cool vintage stuff over here, as well as an item that was too big to put on the table here. Alright, I'm going to take you through these tools in the sequence of events that I picked them up and let you know what I paid for them. This was a flea market that I wanted to get to for a while. It's really well attended, meaning there's a lot of people there selling stuff, a lot of people there buying stuff. It's in a pretty busy area. And like anything, you know, some people want more than other folks for the things they have. And there's different reasons why, right? So some people just have bins of stuff where you got to dig through it, and you know those prices are usually generally a lot cheaper. And then there's people that really price stuff and lay stuff out and try to get a little bit more of a premium. And the first thing I came across that really piqued my interest was this 3/4 Craftsman, made in the USA. You can see it's still got the tag on it. And this is a 6-point wrench, and I do not have one of these. I love 6-point wrenches. I know nowadays, hey, with metals and everything, 12-point obviously, you know, is better for different things. You know, you get a lot more positions in tight spots. But years ago, in the shop I worked in, 6-point was the thing. You know, even whether it was Snap-on, Mako, you wanted a 6-point wrench because you put that on a bolt on one side, you had the impact on the other. It really gripped on tightly. In the loads of wrenches that I do have, the 6-point Craftsman wrenches are rare. You just don't see a lot of them, and they demand a high price on eBay. And their sets years ago generally were a little bit smaller. I believe my metric set's like an 8 to maybe, I think it ends at 16. And this set goes from 1/4 to 11/16, and that was a full set. They just didn't come expansive in the 6-point sets for whatever reason. And when I came across this 3/4 inch, I knew that I needed it for this set. As you can see here, I have a nice 12-point V series, but now I could put this right in there, and my set continues to grow. And believe it or not, like I said, these are worth a lot of money. And it's a, you know, some people do crossword puzzles and different things to, you know, improve their memory. For me, it's remembering what's the next size you need in a specific wrench or socket set. So at that same table, I came across this really nice set of, I guess you would call it channel lock type pliers, and I just never seen one like this. This is a Williams Super Wrench. It says number 1520. And what impressed me about it is the profile on this. Look how narrow this is. So to give you some context, look at the difference. This is the same exact length channel locks. And what you can see here is the Williams measures about 6 millimeters across, and the channel locks is 10. I believe it was slightly over 10. And I just thought that was really cool. Seems to be in great shape. I'm thinking that'll clean up fantastic on the wire wheel. And this is also one of those ones that has a nut that could come off, so you could really take it apart and get into every nook and cranny. Teeth seem good as well. So I think he wanted $4 each. I ended up giving him $3 each. Walked away with a $6 score here. And I thought that was a great deal, and I was off to the races for the day. Alright, the next table I came across had some really nice vintage stuff, which you can see here, and I ended up staying there for a while and chatting with the guy, and he had his stuff really nicely labeled, as you can see here. He had this one for Westcott, $12, and this is a Westcott S wrench, and this is a Bemison Call B and C. And this is a monster wrench. I mean, not a super huge, but 12-inch. You know, these are really cool wrenches. And this is something that's been on my wish list for a while. If you remember, I did that video not too long ago where I went to the swap meet and I found a curved wrench. And I told Scoutcraft, hey, that's one, you know, I'm into those wrenches. I like S wrenches. I like curved wrenches. And when I can find them at a decent price, they're definitely on my shopping list. And I've been looking at these for a while on eBay, and I know, you know, they're not super expensive, but it adds up pretty quick once they tie in the shipping, the tax, and all of that. So I knew that these were fair prices, $15 and $12 respectively. But I wasn't 100% sure because, you know, there are different nuances and different, you know, rarities. And I think, you know, these ones I've seen with the open handles, they go for a little bit more money. The Westcotts, I believe, are a little bit more common. So, you know, he had them for 27, and I said, what's the best you can do? And I said, would you take 20? And, you know, he wasn't budging really. He said, I'll tell you what, I'll take 25 for the pair. So, you know, we were just chatting for a while and talking about them. And while we're chatting, I'm feeling them out and seeing how, you know, really digging into them a little bit and seeing how they open and close. And, you know, look at the wear on them. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, this thing's been used. Look at that. I mean, can you imagine how many projects, how many jobs that this is done? Can't tell the number on that. 89, 59. Have to do a little bit more homework on these, but in really nice shape. Seems to work really good, tight as can be. Let's see, Buffalo, New York over here. Gotta love Buffalo. If you haven't been up there, really nice people right across from Niagara Falls. Great stuff. And this is the 12-inch, and look at the wear on that, huh? Once again, works really well. This one, though, I was a little concerned with because it looked like there was a homemade repair possibly on that. Almost looked like they took a nail and stuck it in there. That's what that looks like to me. But I don't know. It has a little bit of play in but that is not impacting one bit the play in the jaws. I mean, they are tight. So even though there's a little play here in the thumb thread, it is not impacting at all. So I'll have to do a cleanup on these and get into them, and those are super cool and really glad to have those in the collection. So we're chatting for a while, and I'm like looking around, and I see this screwdriver, and it just looks like a really nice screwdriver. And he had a $10 on it. I said, I'm holding it in my hand, and I just can't get over the weight of this. It's just unbelievable how heavy this is. It says something steel warranty Germany. I'm not 100% sure, but it had a nice little 3-inch, I believe that is, on the tip. And he had $10 on this, and I said, hey, you wanted 25 for that, how about I give you 30? And that's what we did, and he said that's fine. And so I got these 3 items for $30, and this screwdriver is just fantastic. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to try to clean it up because it does have a little bit too deep in here to sand. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to maybe put some wood filler in there. I'm not sure if there's a wood filler that would accept stain. So I'll have to see and play with that. There's some guys out there doing great stuff with screwdrivers, including John Fix. So maybe I'll pick his brain a little bit. Then I noticed this toolbox, and I love Kennedy toolboxes. As you know, I've done several videos on them as I've recently collected a bunch of these. This one was smaller than the other one I purchased, and I said to him, hey, what do you want for this? And I checked it out. It was in great condition. I mean, it really is inside and out. The handle's great. And he wanted $40 for it. And I said, you know what? I just don't need it that bad. So I moved on. He had a bunch of other items, and I started looking around, and I found this item. So what this item is a really nice cart. It is heavy duty. It's adjustable. And it was just, you know, calling me. And I said, hey, what do you want for this? Because I know I could use this for putting drill presses on top, or maybe putting a bench grinder on top. And the fact that it's adjustable is just great, especially when you're a little bit taller. You know, you're not going to be bent over, and it was super heavy duty. Take you around it a little bit here. As you can see, it's got adjustments that this will slide up. You know, once I got it in the right position after I cleaned it up and painted and whatnot, I would probably put a bolt through it. It looks like it had some sort of compartment there where another tray would pull out. Obviously that's missing, and this is really heavy duty, and yeah, a little bit of surface rust, but I checked it in and out on wheels. Wanted $20 for this, and I said, you know what, I made an offer for $15. He took it, and I said, can you hold this for me, and I will be back at the end of the sale. And that's what I did. All right, so I went back then to get my cart, And I said, hey, I see you still got that toolbox. How about 25 bucks? And he thought about it for a minute and he said, oh man, you're getting a steal. Go ahead and take it. And that's what I did. So let's take a look at this. It's in really good shape. And I didn't even expect it to come with items inside of it. I figured he would empty it out or whatnot. And he just took it and handed it to me. So this does not have a model number on it. I believe it's a 1017 though. The larger one I got's a 1018. It's 18 inches versus 17 inches in length. And I think this one measures about 10 inches at height and the other one's about 12 inches at height. But it is just in great shape. So, I mean, it's heavy as can be, really well made. A little bit of surface rust, but nothing major. The bottom's really great shape, as you can see there as well. The sides, all in really great condition, and it opens and closes perfectly. Inside, the trays, the shelves, whatever you want to call them, really good condition. And yeah, so let's take a look and see what's in it. Always my favorite when I buy something and I get a great deal and I truly don't know what's in it, and it's all bonus type items. And the first item, which is probably the best item in here, is this here. And this is a Sterret micrometer. Now it's a little beat up, but this will clean up just great with a little bit of TLC. Obviously the case has seen better days, but you know, I could probably do something with that and clean it up. And definitely this would be a nice addition to my Machinist Kennedy toolbox. And not super valuable. I want to say they're getting like $15-20 for them in that condition, but hey, when you only pay $25 for a toolbox, that's a deal. I love these here. This is a Craftsman one, and this is a little mini hacksaw. Here's one I've had for years, same exact one. You can change the size blades on it, and these are really handy to get into spots that you just can't get into with a traditional hacksaw. So, you know, at some point somebody flipped this for 25 cents, which would have been a steal, but hey, I got it thrown in. Another really nice item is this here. This is a chain plier, and this is for separating those links of chain. I could have used this not too long ago. I think a lot of us just kind of pull and pry, and to pull chain, I was hanging a chandelier that had that chain link on it, and this would have came in handy. The only thing I think it's missing is a spring in there, which I probably have. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary to use it, but I will definitely clean that up and put that in the pliers drawer. Another really neat item is this screwdriver. You're like, Tom, what's this? Just a screwdriver. It's not even a good screwdriver, but let me show you what this guy did here. Look at that tip. He turned this into about a 3-inch mini pry bar. It's great steel, made in the USA. Looks like it says rigid on it. If I could polish out the handle, make that a nice not an amber, cherry red maybe that would be, and then polish up that, I'd have a really cool mini pry bar. All right, there are other stuff in here. I'm going to show you a lot of taps and a lot of drills, some nice center drills, and they're all USA made. They seem very sharp. Got taps in here, big taps, and some loose change. Now let me show you what's on the other side. On the other side here, just tap handles for days. I mean, you got all different sizes. Look at this one. Looks like I got a couple like this. One, I don't know if they were customized. Look at this long reaching one. How cool is that? Looks, I don't know if he made these or, but they were definitely, this toolbox was definitely used for this gentleman's taps and dies, and you could tell he used it a lot. Just some miscellaneous hardware here, a spark plug socket, and I think this was just all bonus stuff included in with the toolbox. One last look at everything here. So I paid $76 at this flea market, and don't forget I also got that great table that's heavy duty that I'll be able to put one of my machines on. This toolbox is fantastic, in great condition. Even though it's a little smaller than the other Kennedy cantilevers, they're still highly desirable and people still really like them, and they're getting a pretty penny for them. Then looking down here, I got these really nice S-wrenches that have been on my shopping list for a while. Really cool, perfect handle type screwdriver, which will just clean up great, and those great Williams thin profile type channel locks, and my 6.75 inch Craftsman pliers to go in the set, and some really good goodies that were inside the toolbox as well. So like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Got some great more vintage tools coming up, so I will see you in the next one.